Today, Monday, April 16th, is the beginning. Jenny's not going to be around, Molly's not going to be around, and my life here's not going to be around. It's 4:45 in the morning, and I'm not tired at all. I'm excited. I'm going to Chicago right now to go make the movie.
I got Pete with me.
Hey, Pete, it's Barry Littman from Miramax.
Hi, Barry.
I've got some good news. Aiden Quinn is in. Miramax has decided to give him what he wants, 25 days to shoot the movie.
Barry, if you were here, I'd kiss you.
Aiden Quinn was not saying, I need $2 million to make this movie. He was not saying, I have to shoot it in New York because that's where my family is and I want to be with my family. He was saying, this is what the movie needs to be good. You know, and I'll do it, and I'll make all these sacrifices, but you need a few more days, and you can't argue with that. And so they got the days.
Just want you to know that really says a whole lot about you and your character and what you're going to bring to the movie.
To be able to get another 5 days to make the movie, instead of saying, give me more money, he didn't say, give me $250,000. He said, give the movie $250,000. And so we got it.
I just want you to know that you're my hero. I really appreciate the 5 extra days that you brought to the table.
So we were at 20 days because of Aiden Quinn standing firm. We went to 25 days.
Which is great, obviously.
But as far as self-doubt goes with this project, oh, I've got it. It's there.
You know, we're starting shooting a movie in 4 weeks.
And I hope I can pull this thing off.
Project Greenlight launched a competition for amateur filmmakers. After a lengthy selection process, Pete Jones, a struggling writer from Chicago, was chosen as the winner and given the chance to fulfill his dreams, directing a feature film based on his script. Chris Moore, Ben Affleck, and Matt Damon are producing it. Miramax Films has put up a $1 million budget and will release it in theaters. Now, Pete must direct his movie. This is Project Greenlight.
Chicago's home. So it felt good. It felt good to get back to Chicago and going back to the old job, you know, and to be able to say the last 3.5 years built up to something.
How are you, boss? What's going on, buddy?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Peter.
Hi, Eddie.
Hello.
Hello. Looking sharp. Good. How are you? Nice to see you. Good. That's your best tie? That's the best tie? I sold corporate health insurance for 4 or 5 years. And people always laugh like, oh, insurance salesman. Ooh. Aiden Quinn?
Yeah,
Chicago. Yeah. He said yes to playing the part, but Aiden also wants some control, you know, of the movie. Me being a first-time director, I don't know. We'll see.
These actors do these low-budget films just because they love to act.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
You gotta work them.
I swear, everything that I learned, without getting corny, everything I learned here, it's all about sales. You know? There's such a parallel. You know, it's just what product are you selling? When I was selling insurance, I was selling insurance products, HMOs, PPOs. In directing, I'm selling, and it sounds a little corny, but a vision. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, I'm pumped. I mean, again, this is one of those situations where it's coming to life.
Pre-production is the most important part of the movie because you're doing the script notes, you're casting it, you're figuring out the budget, you're finding the locations, you're hiring the crew, and you're scheduling it.
25 days on this film alone, forget the kids for a minute, 25 days is a brutal schedule, you know. With the kids in here, and with 1976, I mean, I'd like to have 35 days to do this, but we gotta do it in 25.
If you're good at pre-production, the rest of the movie goes well. If you're bad at pre-production, it's a disaster.
Everybody needs to be, you know, prepared from the word go.
I am Bruce, and I'm the first assistant director. My main responsibility is to come up with a schedule that is doable. This film is a really hard film to schedule. One of the things we're waiting on, obviously, with this schedule is if you cast a fairly big name, Margaret, and they come back and say, oh, like, you know,
Here's a date that doesn't
these
work.
are the dates that I can't work.
I see. Margaret has not been...
Okay.
Margaret's going to be a little while, too.
Oh, it is, okay.
You know, pre-production, all by itself, just getting ready for the movie, is incredibly stressful. What's made this even more difficult for me is haven't been able to find the actor to play Margaret, who is the mother of these 8 children, and to me is the driving force behind the movie. The name that we're working on right now is Marg Helgenberger.
From CSI.
Yeah, and she
Who
plays
just did Erin Brockovich.
Erin Brockovich,
right,
correct.
right. Oh, she's great.
Yeah.
Great script.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Equally a great film, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Yeah.
You know,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been pretty crazy, and I'm a huge fan. I know people always say these kind of things, but of CSI, I don't miss it.
Really?
If I'm starting to sound like a crazed fan, I'm sorry.
I'm impressed. You watch them all.
You know, we can talk about Stolen Summer.
Yes, that's not a bad subject either. Something I'm passionate about.
Is it your story?
The story itself is definitely from growing up, and Margaret is somewhat like my mother. I obviously got a soft spot for her. You know, I feel like every time she's in the scene, she's like the focus. That's Margaret.
Yeah, no, the characters are so very well drawn.
I just felt like she knew it and she wanted it, and I think she'd be really, really good. The question is, Aidan Quinn has approval on Margaret.
Aidan, how are you? Hey, listen, so you know, after meeting with Marg, I liked her, but if you're not on board with Marg, who I think can do the job beautifully, all I'm looking for is for us to come up with someone that Miramax likes, that you like, and that I like, that can do the job.
Wanting to know who you're going to act with is a standard question. You know, who your leading lady is. And Aidan wants to know who he's going to act with. And he wants to be able to act with someone that he feels is going to bring more out of him and out of the story. So, legitimate request.
Good morning.
How you doing?
You're everywhere, aren't you? Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Bruce, nice to meet you. How you doing? How you doing?
Hi, Linda, scripture class.
Linda, nice to meet you. How you doing?
We actually cut you out about 6 scenes.
Good.
So I just
more
need you
golf with Jordan and
I just need you for 2 days now.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. When you finish and you get your continuity breakdown, you know, can you give me a copy? Okay. And can we have a little talk?
Absolutely.
I don't trust that it's gonna be edited right, shot right, and this and that. You never know.
I'm Stacy, the costume designer. How are you? Nice to meet you too. Good.
I don't trust anybody until I see the goods.
I have pictures of work shoes.
Shoes are very important. Getting the ones that are
Right.
very comfortable.
Actors, I think, sometimes can be difficult, you know, and they have to look good for themselves and for their character. It's sensitive.
I'm not averse against trying anything.
Sure, sure. No, I'm all about, like, I shop, and I just, like, whatever I feel, I just pick it.
Stacy's being very brave in her choices. Sometimes too brave for me.
I have, like, 200 pages of research from 1976 Sears catalogs.
Yeah, but that's from Sears. When you're 8 kids,
Sure.
you go to Salvation Army.
There's certain visions that Aidan had and certain visions that I had, you know, and like he's really important and I want him to really like everything. And I'm sensitive too.
Do you have a wardrobe breakdown of
Yes.
your boots?
I'll give it to you.
I want to get a copy of it.
Sure, you can have one now.
Yeah. Just want to see if I concur. It's not like I'm the little boy that's going to be told what to do, you know. So.
Hey. Jeff Bayless.
Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Good.
Good to meet you.
Good to finally meet you. How's everything going?
Good. Just feeling the crunch of time with the casting in particular, as we all are, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta have a mom, so someone's gonna get cast. It's the question of when.
Will someone ultimately play the role? Yes. Who it will be, I have no idea.
Allison Jennings passed.
Marcia Gay Harden passed. Gillian Anderson. Joan Allen passed. Emma Thompson passed.
Patricia Arquette.
Yeah, but it isn't. It's going to be Mark.
Nice to see you.
How's it going?
All right, it's going well. Nice to see you. Hair's long, looking good. You are 70s and ready. The first rehearsal I did was with Aidan and Kevin.
And that was really good.
The one and only Kevin Pollak.
Kevin and Aiden are old friends, and it helps. It helps that they have a respect for each other, and it's really funny how they know each other's roles. Kevin, he's got such wit, such humor, he can't help being that guy.
I'm Irish-American, or American-Irish.
Right.
Just American.
You're not just American. You have a cultural heritage that you are upholding.
A real shout out to all my Jew homies that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
And, you know, Kevin knows, Aiden's just gonna be Aiden. You know, he's gonna be, you know, going off on a tangent about, you know, what corner of Ireland do I really think the O'Malleys came from?
In your mind, was this character in Vietnam? This guy is not seeing what is being offered for what it is. It's a little more circumspect. He's into this whole thing. It is a good starting off point for what happens between us.
And great to have a history with Aiden. Whatever his fucked up process is, whatever his backstory research crap is, it so works for him.
Most firemen don't work in the neighborhood they live in.
No, they don't.
Can we talk more about the firemen? Because that's important, where they work, where they live.
That's a big detail in this movie.
Jesus. What a butts I have.
So we got to start figuring out what we're going to do about Margaret.
I mean, we literally have...
We've got nothing.
This has been my big fear all along.
Hell yeah, it's been mine too. So we're going to lose Marg.
At first, Aiden didn't believe that Marg could play Margaret.
The question is, did Aiden talk to her, right?
No, he talked to the agent. I don't know if he talked to her.
I thought he called. I thought he did talk.
He thought that she was somewhat California looking, which is a great thing. I mean, that's a compliment usually. But in this case, could she actually physically encompass who Margaret had to be?
Great, Aiden. I know you don't like her. Throw us some names.
Yeah. Who do you want? You can't just say no, my friend.
If he doesn't like her, I don't think he's going to be crazy about any of the other people.
The one thing I'm shocked at is the roller coaster that you're on before making a movie.
We're not even on set and we're already 3 minutes late. It's doable, right? But it's no picnic. Just off the top of my head, no, you can't do it.
Marg Helgenberger, he's not gonna budge. Oh, sucks. It all sucks. I'm not gonna be able to get control over all those people.
Right, let's go,
Jeff, we gotta bring this.
We're not bringing electronic football.
Yeah, we get stuck in traffic. I think we're going to get that done tomorrow. You're saying night is actually dark. That's our version of night.
Otherwise, it's going to be day.
What I'm saying is that's impossible.
This is not going to be a picnic.
I am starting to feel pressure. I definitely feel the weight of a movie having to be shot. Beautiful. I think it's going to work out great. Would it be out of place for me to say you're my hero?
I've never laughed.
All right, thank you. All right, bye-bye. Marg Helgenberger is the mom.
No way. Really? That was his date?
That was Aiden Quinn.
Yeah, booyah. Is that cool?
Booyah, booyah, booyah.
That is great.
Yeah, that's sweet. You know, I was so happy after getting the call from Aiden. You know, I thought that we had our Margaret, and I found out, you know, the next day that, you know, it's not going to be that easy.
I don't understand. What is the Margaret issue? Because I don't even know.
She wants time.
She's only working 2 days in a row. She's got 5, then she works 2, then she's off 2.
But she wants to go back to LA to be with her kids.
This isn't good enough? I mean, when you really take a look at that,
I have no idea if it's good enough. She just said she needs to decide look what the schedule is and then decide if she wants to do the movie. She doesn't necessarily want to take 5 weeks, 5 weeks away from her family. So I told her that let me talk to Pat to try to figure out how much time off we can get.
They could be bluffing, but she said she's gonna pass if it's 5 straight weeks.
No, we're gonna give her 5 days off. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She got 5 days, and then she got another one right after that. But they're gonna want us to schedule those 2, so I wanna tell them 1.
Pat and I sort of had a difference of opinion. I was sort of the mindset that we should, let's play ball.
What about if we gave her 5 and 4? Do you want to start with 1 and give her another one?
No.
Pat wanted to go with, we'll give you 5. It was like it was bleeding us to give him 5. It was taking pints of his blood out those 5 days.
If we can get her like 2 or 3 plane tickets.
I'm not buying her plane tickets.
Accommodator. She's bringing. It's sort of coming to a table. You know, it's like, what am I bringing to the table? Well, you know what? She was bringing a big fat turkey to the table and all, and you had a ham, But a turkey, it wasn't like she was bringing the cranberry, right? She was bringing the turkey. You give her the day off.
I think she's bluffing a little bit.
I could have sworn she told me she
wants time.
She's doing the movie.
She wants time in there.
She wants to do it, but...
You guys, I was in a meeting with her. She wants to do the movie. She wants to do the movie.
If Mark Helgenberg passes, we're gonna be in trouble. Period.
I've been doing the low-budget features for so long. And,
Well, so it's going to feel good to get up on a big budget like this, huh?
yeah, to get on the saddle, yeah. This will be my first studio film.
It's my first studio film, too.
It's good to start with it.
We're on board together.
The risk for me doing my first studio film is that more industry people are going to see it, so I do feel a little bit more pressure. Shot-wise, we'll do him swimming and have different stages of him swimming.
The hardest thing about pre-production is planning the shots. You know, there's a real battle between the director of photography, the director, the line producer, and the editor about what needs to get shot.
You know, we could do Steadicam, like that Waterworld Steadicam guy, and we can do it poor man's way or we can do it rich man's way. But the fastest way to do it would to be get a crane, get the camera up there, and go down like that.
Right. Biaggi sells Pete on these, more expensive shots, like the techno crane and cranes and dolly moves and everything like that, which are great, and I like them and they look good in movies. But it's up to us to kind of rein that in and keep things manageable, both in terms of time and money.
The techno crane is everything. This is what I said with Biaggi, so you know. We are not going to cut cost.
It's not so much the cost of the crane, it's the amount of time to choreograph it and get it all right.
No one's around for that shot. Time doesn't matter.
Which shot? Crew. I mean, you got your
Which
crew.
shot, B? Fuck the crew, we'll get another crew for that one.
Copy that.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, Pete Jones.
I've already sort of told people that it's doable if everyone, particularly Pete and Biaggi, are willing to be very minimal with their coverage.
Your first pass at a shot list should have your wish lists items on it, but it should not be too extravagant.
Our first two scenes are wish list. After that, then we start going into standard.
What does standard mean to you?
Standard means what it meant to you and me.
Master single?
We've got more than that.
Oh, what a shock.
Yeah.
Hi, Joe.
Hey.
What's up?
Mark Helgenberger is not going to do it now. I don't really blame her.
Well, why isn't she? Why don't you blame her? Because
We went out with like 5 other offers to everybody around her. You couldn't get anyone else, so we go to her.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's what it seems like to her, I'm sure.
When she passed, I was like, yeah, fuckers. Wouldn't you pass? I mean, is anyone thinking here? It's like you've kept her on the string for this long and all of a sudden everybody's shocked. I was like, serves you right.
Yeah, Mark's up.
What happened?
She wasn't getting what she needed in order to go do the movie. So she said no. I think that it's really bad producing, that nobody realized that if she didn't get those things, she was going to pass.
Who's next?
Not really. Okay. Definitely no.
Okay.
Definitely no. I'm looking for more city, like a
Right.
city house.
Like a bungalow kind of thing, only with a second floor.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right.
I don't have a location. I've got to work with a production designer and a cinematographer and find a space that we're going to shoot this movie in.
Scouting, now. We must approve 20 locations in the next 10 minutes.
There's O'Malley House.
But the kitchen-
O'Malley exterior. Both interior and exterior. The neighborhood works. The dining room works. So the teacher's at the blackboard. Everyone's facing. This is absolutely, you've got a beautiful place here. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. I'm standing outside the perfect synagogue.
The feeling of it is not evocative of Irish Catholic at all to me. I'm Deborah Herbert, and I'm the production designer. In a broad sense, the production designer is the person who's responsible for everything physically besides the actors that the camera sees.
If the stands are full and we're seeing back here, I mean, at some point we should talk about picture cars again. Like what?
Yeah, we definitely need.
Okay.
I'm trying to create a picture for Biaggi and for Pete Jones, and I want Biaggi to love what I do.
I have no problem putting art department to cover up something that we can't see,
when it can cover it, I agree, but a scoreboard can't cover that house. So I don't want to put it there. I'd like to stay away from that house. And also, we don't want to block the bleachers.
It's not even worth talking about. Let's go. Deborah is the production designer, and I started to bump heads with her because at that point in the location scouts, it seemed like I was losing every battle.
There was some tension between Biaggi and me, and that was really hard and bad because that's the last thing that one wants, is to have tension in that. You know, you've got the director, the DP, and the designer, and everyone wants to be on the same page and make the movie beautiful and not be muddied by tension.
Why can't we shoot here and somewhat sing?
Because I'll tell you why. Because I don't want to spend $2,000 or $1,000 to dress something that we're going to see only through a doorway for 2 seconds.
But also, I think both of us are saying, looks kind of like 1976 to us.
It does, but
but
it doesn't.
that's not our job, I know,
That's right.
but
If you don't want to use that basement, I'm not going to argue for it. I feel like all I can do is give you my advice.
But you got to tell me story-wise how to do it.
About dinner tonight, do you mind if we use the time to work and just order up at my hotel?
I'm all over. Yep.
Because...
Pizza, maybe?
Have you looked at your midsection lately? Have you taken a look?
I'm trying to get you to be a little, you gotta have a little Chicago puffiness.
So, what's the story? Do we have any casting news?
They're checking on Laurie Metcalf's schedule again.
I mean, you know, Laurie Metcalf.
It'd be a slam dunk.
It's fantastic.
I mean, I hate to say it, but now it's coming down to
the wire.
Yeah, to the point where we got to get someone to say yes. Margaret's the soul of this family, and we need to cast her, and it's got to be done quickly. The way the schedule's set, Margaret's working that first couple days.
So what would you like out of this list?
I looked at this whole thing, I didn't like any of the names.
I mean, there were some, like, wacko choices on this list.
Have you been talking to Amanda about Margaret?
Yes, in fact, I gave her a long list of people to check out.
And then it got, you know, thinking out of the box.
Joan Cusack. I wouldn't hold our hopes up, but maybe.
You know what? It's fine to think out of the box when you're thinking, you know, but it's 8 o'clock on Saturday night and the part works on Tuesday.
Maybe we should start talking about Bonnie Hunt again.
Okay. The box is gone. Okay, let's just get the best actor out there that wants to do it.
Hey, Adi.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Pete. How are you, buddy?
Great, how are you?
Good, nice to meet you. Come on in. The Pete character is one of the child leads in the movie. He's in just about every scene.
Very nice to meet
you. I think Adi Stein and the casting of Adi Stein as Pete was fate. So how you doing, buddy? I seen one tape of you, that's it. And in that one tape, I said, you're my guy. So you excited?
Yeah, it's my first movie. It's really exciting.
It's my first movie too, and it's really exciting. We're in the same boat together here. We're gonna sink or swim together, and we're gonna swim.
When I was leaving my classroom, I couldn't get out. They all wanted my autograph. It was unbelievable.
Isn't that great? It's crazy, isn't it? I'm 31, you're 10, but professionally, we're somewhat in the same boat.
It'll be cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Chris.
Yeah.
How are you?
All right, what's happening with Margaret?
We're gonna hear from Bonnie Hunt, and hopefully it's a yes.
We've got an offer out to Bonnie Hunt to play Margaret, but as of right now, she's not officially cast.
Do we have any inclination on to Bonnie Hunt?
They want it for her.
Cool.
What we will say is that we're going to need to give her a short deadline, you know, to respond to us.
We heard that she's interested, but we just haven't heard, yes, absolutely, the deal's done. Anything could happen. She has to say yes.
Is that right?
Have you guys met? This is Mike Weinberg. This is Kevin Pollak.
Mike, how are you? You're gonna be my son. How do you feel about that?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
There you go.
All right, if you guys don't mind, I'd love for everyone here to introduce themselves, and I'll start with Mr. Quinn.
I'm Earl Flynn, and I'm playing Joe O'Malley.
Kevin Pollak, Jew. Rabbi.
Mike Weinberg, Danny.
I'm Nora. I'm just reading Margaret today.
It's never the perfect time in life for everything. So you got to finally just go. And I want to go. I want to go tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, and I almost forgot to tell you the most important thing.
There's a more important thing? What's that?
That Danny is in heaven.
And how do you know that?
Faith.
That was an outstanding job. I've read the thing 1,000 times, but it sounded a lot better that time. I think we got a chance to do something special here.
The script sucked.
Thanks, because I was about to get emotional again.
Hi, Bonnie. Hi, it's Pete Jones. Good, thanks. How you doing? I just wanted to call and pretty much just say thank you. I'm really excited. Bonnie Hunt has accepted the role. And I don't want for a second to think that we settled on her. In fact, Aiden and I both said, we'll be lucky if we get Bonnie Hunt. And we've gotten her. Ah, thank you so much. I hope we do it service. I know you will. I just want to make sure I come through.
52. Just look at the scene numbers.
Okay, thanks so much, Bonnie. And if I don't talk to you, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay, all right. Sounds good. All right, bye-bye. I love her.
What'd she say?
She said that I better learn how to direct.
Pre-production is now over, so now it's time to go shoot it. Tomorrow, I've got to be the guy. And if I'm not the guy, they're gonna smell it. They got to be able to look to me and think I'm working my ass off for a guy who knows what he's doing.